to another Wednesday whiskey review from your boys at the Buffalo Happy Hour. Mike, what's up?
There's a fruit fly flying around, bro.
Again?
Yeah.
What the fruit?
I know, nature's coming back. You'll see him.
God,
he's flying around.
Yeah, he's right there. God damn. Oh.
Okay, Bruce Lee, chill out.
That was close.
We didn't even drink yet.
I thought I got that. All right, well, welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're having a splendid day. If you are new here, thank you very much. We are the Buffalo Happy Hour Podcast. We review whiskey every single week, and if you are a part of our Patreon, you would know that this is the whiskey that we'd be reviewing today, so you would actually be able to provide your inputs on your tasting notes that we would talk about. If you are interested in doing that, go to our Patreon. It's in our link tree in our Instagram bio. But yeah, this is the whiskey that we're going to be reviewing today. It's Ellicottville Distillery's rye whiskey.
I'm excited.
So if you've been to Ellicottville, you know that there's two distilleries kind of in the area. Right when you drive down the 219, there's a big steel-bound distillery. But if you go back kind of a little bit further, if you go to that T in the road and you make a left, there is another distillery kind of tucked back. It's honestly a little bit interesting because I pulled down the road and went over the railroad tracks, and I thought that I was going to someone's house.
Makes sense. And then, this is the one that's tucked towards the back of their woodline, yeah? It's like a giant barn?
Yeah, it's just a huge barn.
Yeah, got it.
And you're driving down, it's a stone driveway, and there's like one sign that tells you Ellicottville Distillery's there, which it's a little bit disappointing. I wish that they would be better, like, viewed. Like, no trees in the way. Like, I wish that it was easier to see the distillery, because if you're driving down that street, it's kind of like awkward. Personal opinions. And you can only buy this at their distillery. They don't like sell it in any stores. They don't sell it online. You can only buy their stuff at the distillery.
Right.
It's a very interesting business model. So they are a farm distillery. They the guy who works there, it's I believe husband and wife that own it. Very nice people. I was able to sit down and talk with them. What was cool about that, when I went, they had a band playing, and the distiller was walking around to different tables and like sitting down with the guests and talking with them and be like, "What's going on? How's your day going? What's
that's like
new?"
Unheard of.
Yeah, it's really sweet. Like the dude was awesome. But he had a small distillation process in the back there. This is I believe 54% rye, 46% corn.
Okay.
So it's going to be very sweet compared to other ryes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ryes on the market are like a 95.5 rye. That's kind of the predominant rye mash bill. But this is going to be very high corn. It's going to be pretty sweet.
So let's dive in right because I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm thirsty today.
Yeah. And I think it's only been aging for 18 months too. 18 or 23 months.
Yeah, that's like no time at all.
Very, very, it's interesting.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Label branding. Their logo is a train. Long black train for those country fans.
Because as soon as you go to their place, if you're going down their road, it's a big train track.
Oh,
so
really?
It's cool that they kind of involved the environment that they're in, similar to like 4 Mile, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
How they involve the environment into their label branding aspect of it, which is cool.
Do you have a bit of background inside scoop on their map that's also a part of their logo? Because that's a map, so you can see the contour lines, and you can essentially tell that it's
that's really cool.
A hilly terrain. So they have their logo is just a like I said, a long black train. If you know that song, credit to you. Littleville School. Yeah, there you go. Google that. See what comes up. And then otherwise, they have I'm trying to think of I think it's the elevation view, if you're seeing it from above, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking down, that's the elevation view, correct?
Yeah.
So, of a barrel, which is pretty neat, and then just a blue strip going across the rest of the label, and then in the background of everything is a map that shows contour lines and then a couple small details, but it's a very hilly terrain, and I'm just quickly looking at that. There's a small ridge line and then water.
Yeah.
So
I'm not seeing a Littleville School here. It does say Massachusetts. Oh, Littlefield. That's probably why, because I spelled it wrong.
Well, there you go. On the back, it says, also on the back, they have a grain pictured, and then their government warning, obviously, because they have to, but then it says first settled around 1815 Dude, that's got to be an original map of Ellicottville.
Yeah.
The town of Ellicottville in Cattaraugus County was established in 1820 from the town of Ishwa, which is now called Franklinville, named for Joseph Elliott, principal land agent of the Holland Land Company. The town also includes the village of Ellicottville, the county seat until 1868. Since its settlement, it has welcomed New Englanders, Germans, Irish, and many other ethnicities, as well as becoming a ski mecca, attracting people from far and wide to the area, which is very true. The Bank of Holland is still the only bank that allows loans for land purchase.
Yeah, so it's got to be
in our area.
A map of...
It's got to be old Ellicottville. Plus, the contour lines would dictate that very similar terrain as well, so it does make sense and it fits.
It's interesting that it's all schools, though, on here.
They spent a lot of time on that in regards to the very fine nuances. I'm going to go A+ on that label. I like it a lot.
Let's go A check, because they didn't use a cork. It's screw cap, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Let's do A check then.
B check.
B check. B+ check mark. Because it's good, but it can't be an A because they didn't use a cork. B+ check. Killed it.
B+ check.
All right, nose. What are you getting on the nose?
Did you ever go to the movie theaters and smell popcorn that went bad, but it's full of butter? That's what this smells like.
I like that call a lot.
You're like, what happened? Like, why does this smell weird? Or it's like buttered theater popcorn, but then they're also cooking something outside of that in like a restaurant. And you're just like, okay, like there's a popcorn machine. I can get down for that. I'll have some popcorn while I wait for my entree. And then you smell someone else's entree and you're like, is this place like viable? Are they allowed to be open?
Are you also kind of getting like a rubber?
Yeah.
Too? Yeah.
There's something in this that is not normal from our normal tasting.
Especially rye.
Or our normal nose standpoint when it comes to rating spirits. You always get the traditional like, oh, vanilla, caramels, and butterscotch. I'm sensing a little honey, right? Like those stereotypical whiskey nose profile characteristics. With this, you're not getting really any of that. This is like something out of, I don't know.
For some reason, what just popped in my mind is, you know those cheap bungee cords that they're like 2 feet long that people
hooks?
think are ratchet straps. Yeah, and they're just hooks.
Yeah.
And you left it in your car for too long, so it started melting. That's what I'm getting at from here.
Yeah.
In a super hot summer day.
I'm going with like a D on this nose.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this nose.
Okay.
D. Yeah, D. It maybe that is just a young rye. No, it can't even be.
Maybe
a young
they
rye.
did not clean the equipment. Just kidding. I know they did,
Yeah.
but initial taste. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting like
Something's off.
a candy corn.
Yeah, like buttered candy corn.
Let me just make sure it's not the glasses again, like last time.
Good call. Please do.
Jesus, how many screws does it take? This is why you need a
Fine
cord.
thread, bro. Fine
Oh my
thread.
God, no! The top is now. Oh, because you opened it wrong. You took the attached part out too. Like this is supposed to break off. See, this is why you need a cork, people.
Correct.
And I broke it. Nailed
Yeah,
it.
I
All
just want ham.
Anywho. No, it smells the same in there.
Okay.
It's like this weird. The smell is like this
Yeah.
rubber alcohol.
Oh, goodness. That was worse out of the bottle than out of the glass.
So, okay. Initial
Taste, I'm going D.
Yeah, I agree. It's like this melted candy corn. Kind of like a wet grass. You know what? You know what this is? I just learned about this when I distilled with Hartman's. This is the result of a very young aged whiskey when you go way too far into the tails of your distillation process.
Here we go. Here we go.
No, I'm telling you, because I had it out of the still when we were distilling. I smelled it. It was exactly what this smells like. It is an unaged product that you went way too far into the tails. You're getting too much of the alcohol is gone, and you're getting the like the water that just went through the mash bill. So it's this like wet grass, spent grains, like kind of a wet day in a cornfield type situation that is a little sour because it's the end of the mash bill.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling on this.
Okay.
And it's super, super young, and it's very high corn. So all those together, and what's the proof on this too? 90 proof. That's actually relatively high. But I think that's got to be what it is this was just too long in the still.
Ending note, I'm going to go D as well. And I'm really not picking up anything at all. Except a smidge of regret. D.
Yeah. On the ending note, I'm kind of getting like if you had corn on the cob after you grilled it and it cooled down already and you put it in the fridge and then you open the fridge back up and you didn't reheat the corn. It's kind of like that taste where it's just like this stale, old, day-old corn that doesn't do anything for me.
Stale Dale. Yeah. I think I just bruised my ribs on the arm of this chair.
Good.
Side note. Anyways, Daddy getting a little healthy, ready for winter, you know? Tell you what. That's fine.
I will say, one thing that I do like about this is it's 90 proof. It doesn't taste hot, which is good. It doesn't taste hot. It doesn't burn you. I'm no distiller. But if I was to do this, I would age it for longer, and I would up the rye to like a 65-35 or a 70-30 mash bill. Because I think that this combination of it being young, the low mash bill, and it being maybe part of the tails too much, I think that this is just, it could be a very good product if it was redistilled. Maybe we got a bad batch. I don't know. But I'm not tagging them in this post.
Final rating. Give me that countdown.
All right, we rated it basically all D's, except for the label branding. Put down here day old corn for ending note. All right, final rating. I'm going to take one more sip just so I know.
I don't have to. This might kill the grass if we pour one out for the boys. Might kill the grass.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. All right, so 3, 2, 1. 71.
67 and a half. 68.
No. 71. 66 is 5. So half of 5 is 2.5. 2.5 plus 66. 68 and a half.
So, that was close.
You only had like 2 numbers to choose from. Obviously, you'd be close. Oh, you're a riot. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you with this. I didn't rate it that low because I know
I'm honest
how steelbound it, or not steelbound, Stillhouse is. And Stillhouse is 60s territory. This is just teetering, and I could have this. Like, if somebody gave this to me at a party,
I would punch them in the face.
No, you wouldn't. Stop it. I would drink it out of respect for them. And
I would ask for as much ice as the glass would ask.
I think adding ice would make this worse.
No. Water it down.
That would make it worse.
As possible.
That would make it worse. Then the flavors would come on. The flavor is the only thing that this thing didn't do well.
Not if there's 40 ice cubes in there.
Oh, God. It's something that I wouldn't have passed back out of respect for the person, but I would never ask for it again.
Just be like, do you have anything else? Sure, like what? Well water. Literally anything.
They have other bourbon there, and I'm interested to try that because that looked darker. That looked more like what I think they want to represent themselves as. Go there if you're in the area. Try it out. Put this in a mixed drink if you have it. But other than that...
With a lot of ingredients.
Yeah, this has been the Wednesday Whiskey Review for Ellicottville Rye Whiskey. If you're having this, God bless you. No. If you're having this, please remember to drink responsibly. Be a good person. And Michael.
Do not litter.
We're out.